What do you guys think about, should we continue to keep moving the way we're going, and Jesse will get you up in a little bit? Maybe that's it. You think the rain's going to hold off, or should we get Jesse up here now?
Jesse up there.
Get Jesse up now? Okay, we'll get Jesse up now.
All we say to America is be true to what you said on paper. I lived in China or even Russia or any totalitarian country, maybe I could understand some of these illegal injunctions. Maybe I could understand the denial of certain basic First Amendment privileges because they haven't committed themselves to that over there. But somewhere I read of the freedom of assembly. Somewhere I read of the freedom of speech. Somewhere I read of the freedom of press. Somewhere I read that the greatness of America is the right to protest far right. So just as I say, we aren't going to let any dogs or water hoses turn us around. We aren't going to let any injunction turn us around.
We're not going to let any gag orders.
There you go.
The gag orders are going to stop. We're not going to let any gag orders stop us from getting this message out. I want to introduce Gabrielle. She works with Jesse Epps, and she's going to give a little bit of a background on who Jesse is, and then Jesse will speak.
Good afternoon, everyone. It's such a privilege and an honor to be here. Many of the issues that people have already spoken of, I've experienced several of them, so I'm not just here as someone to speak and to introduce Mr. Epps. I'm someone who's personally been affected, just as all of you are. Black, white, Jew, Gentile, Republican, Tea Party, whatever those things mean, we all breathe air. So we all are living and we all are struggling, and we have to stay together. Dr. Jesse Epps is the founder and president of Neighbors Uniting American Families, and he is a man that has seen the civil rights movement from its very beginnings, working closely with Dr. Martin Luther King. Mr. Jesse Epps has spent more than 50 years, longer than I've been alive, fighting for and defending the rights and conditions of all working men and women. He began his professional labor experience working for the International Union of Electrical Workers at Local 320 in Syracuse, New York, where he served as chief steward and as an executive board member on the educational and civil rights committees. Mr. Epps was an advisor to both President John F. Kennedy and Lyndon B. Johnson. He advised the White House, yes, that's the word they were. He advised the White House on the participation of young people, students, and minorities, both in the Democratic Party and in the government in general. With Vice President Herbert Humphrey, is Herbert Hubert Humphrey? Okay, I was right. Herbert Hubert Humphrey, I was right. Serving as co-chairperson, this team of advisors assisted President Johnson in navigating and productively involving students and minorities in the governmental process during those turbulent and struggling social and political times. Mr. Epps has been privileged to have had a true helpmate in this movement, his wife, Dr. Martha Epps, with an earned doctorate, PhD, serving many years as the Assistant Dean of the College of Nursing at Howard University in Washington, D.C. Mrs. Epps went on to found an organization, Society Doctors. Society Doctors' main purpose was to encourage young ladies, specifically, to rise to the apex of their profession and earn their PhD in that particular field. Okay, all right.
We want to make sure, we'll get you back, but we want to make sure you hear from Jesse. Real quick, Jesse was the individual who brought Martin Luther King to Memphis. He was heading up the sanitation strike in Memphis, recently inducted into the Civil Rights Hall of Fame, And his message is very relevant to what we're all doing here today. Please welcome Jesse Epps.
I am so tall, so I'll move a little bit. Let me thank you. And the young man that spoke before me took my notes and made his speech. The time has come, past time, that America do what Dr. King challenged her to do, is to live up to what we have on paper.
That's right.
And he demonstrated that principle when we invited him to come to Memphis in the middle of that battle. And he came as if he were the Good Samaritan along the highway. And so this congressman to be is going to be that Samaritan here in this area. Let's give him a hand. My good friend, the time is past that we look at ourselves, as the sister said before me, my little daughter here. I am neither Italian, nor Irishman, nor Frenchman, nor Jew, or Gentile. The Congress is foundation, this nation, upon the principle of the Constitution. Amen. That says all men are created equal. Not the judges, not the lawyers, all mankind. And so it is to that end, my good friend, that we have come here today, and the rain is interrupting us, so I'm going to go quickly, to say to you, I look out here and see that you are a multitude, because Jesus, Mr. Congressman, started to Jerusalem, and he had only two. When I look out here, I see all these folk, we got a crowd to begin this battle, to make it happen. And so it is time that we begin afresh of doing that which Dr. King challenged us. Live up to what you have on paper. And that's what the congressman is talking about. The justice of the various systems are not making it happen as it is written to be happening. And we cannot allow, we the people, in order to form a more perfect union. Oh, I have a dream. That's not what this country can do for you. What can I do for my country? And most important words ever spoken, love your neighbor as yourself, can never run hollow in our hearts. And so therefore, you who are out here today, a part of a movement that a young group has taken up the banner, America Rewrite, going back and recommitting ourselves to the Constitution and the Declaration of Independence. And so a group has brought themselves together to go across this land and let the word be known, and for us to connect together as Americans, living up to those principles. And so when you go home this evening, when you go home to your family and friends, press them into the battle and truly be American. And so God bless you, and support this American tour all over this country. And the word is simple. Do what Dr. King said. Live up to what we have on paper, which is the Constitution and the Declaration of Independence And that applies to all of the judges and all of the courts across this land.
Is it going to stop?
Yes.
Take a break?
Yes.